Okay, beautiful people, it is time for Chapter 8, Communicating Forgiveness. This is where we're going to talk about talking about feelings. Easier for some than for others. You know when it's really hard to talk about feelings? When you have them, when you're having them all at the same time, when you're erupting in anger, when you're terrified, when your nervous system is on high alert. And we've all made the mistake of communicating at those times. Myself included, big time. I feel like there's probably people watching videos now being like, Shannon, you overreacted to something. You were hot-headed. So yep, definitely been me too. But you know what we can do? We can get better and we can learn. So in this chapter, we're really going to talk about building up our skills at speaking about our feelings in a way that opens people or welcomes people into dialogue with us, or welcomes them or makes them feel safe enough to hear our words about how we've been hurt or about how we've hurt them. So one of the things, of course, we're going to go through are some how to make I statements. I'll give you some examples, and you'll work on a few of them, thinking about maybe the person or the group of people that you want to try to forgive, or that you're asking for forgiveness from. So, because the thing is about I statements is they're better digested than you statements. Nobody likes to be labeled. Nobody likes to have a finger pointed at them. Even though sometimes they might deserve it. It's just not that effective. So things like saying, I feel voiceless instead of you never listened to me, or when you did X, I felt Y, rather than you hurt me. Some more you statements that can, what we're trying to avoid with you statements is the jumping to conclusions. We don't always know where someone was coming from. We can't be in their minds. We can't be in their, walking in their shoes in the day that they hurt us or harmed us or sent us a silly text, whatever it was, but the day that they murdered somebody in our family. We're not in their shoes. We're not in their minds. And when we make assumptions, then we're really usually creating more pain and suffering for ourselves. So we'll try to say things like, it seems like, I don't understand, I wonder, I feel, I wish, and so on, in ways that we might try to think about opening up some communication around forgiveness, around accountability, around dialogue. One of the things that I do in my practice, my therapy practice, is I don't really do couples counseling per se, sometimes, but what I love to engage in is facilitated restorative dialogue and bringing people together who are ready to open up a conversation about forgiveness. A lot of times we actually need some more understanding about what went wrong, where somebody was at, letting them know, teaching somebody else, you might not have realized it, but this is actually what your words and actions did to me. And creating that ground for a much healthier relationship going forward, or also to close a relationship, but to close it with closure, healthy closure, not tearing apart or ripping and so on. So that's what communicating forgiveness is about, is learning to speak about our feelings and also hearing about the feelings of others.